What's up? It's your girl Tam from Reality Rewind. Hey y'all. So today we're going to be reviewing the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip Thailand. And if you guys need to catch up, we also did a review on episodes 1 through 5. But today we're doing a review on episode 6. So let's get right into it. Okay, the beginning of the episode, Pepsi was very emotional and he was very upset about the girls arguing and bickering and fighting from the ending of last episode. So he really expressed to them how he felt, and I really appreciate that because he's probably not used to being around these kind of cougars, these kind of rounds, and so it is very refreshing for somebody to hold them accountable. Like, y'all not finna act like this around me. Basically, that's what he was saying. Like, look, y'all came over here to visit. Y'all on vacation. Like, y'all got to relax. Like, I'm trying to... And you have to really think about it. He worked so hard to please each and every one of them, personality-wise, ego-wise. And for them to just try to, tarnish or ruin the trip because of petty things like liquor bottles, it did not make sense to him, and I really appreciate him for addressing that. It was really important that he needed to do that, so I'm glad he got his feelings out and he got to feeling better about what was said. Leah, unfortunately, she did get sick and she was throwing up and she had to get sent to the emergency room. Now, I'm going to say this now. Don't judge me, though. I'm so glad she's gone, okay? They should have really sent a flight for her, because when he went in there, Pepsi was like, you need to go. I was like, damn, yeah, she needs to go home. Yes, get off the show. But she just went to the hospital, y'all. So she ain't gone. I guess she going to be coming back. Lord have mercy. But I say that to say, she's a Debbie Downer, and who wants a Debbie Downer on their vacation? It doesn't make sense. Prior to that, it was also an incident with her and Porsha, where Porsha was just like, look, I don't like you. You're not my vibe. I just don't like you. And Leah hit her back with, well, I don't like you either. So bye, Porsha. She was like, bye, Leah. Bye, Porsha. Bye, Leah. I don't know what that was about. Girl, just bye. Both of y'all bye. It don't matter. But I do agree with Porsha. It's like, you are a Debbie Downer. You're always on your period. You got a period every week. You PMSing. You don't want to listen to nobody. You a loner. Girl, put some makeup on your face. I don't even understand what's going on with her. But I just wish she would just go home, Roger. Go home, sis. Please. Just go home. So she did not come back the rest of the episode. So thank you, Jesus. She was gone. They ended up visiting a Buddhist temple, which was so beautiful. And I'm so glad they got to indulge in the culture of Thailand and really see, how they pray and things like that. They gave offerings to the Buddhists. It was very beautiful. And at the end, Pepsi had them pull some kind of paper. They had a number and they had to pull some kind of paper where it told them something about themselves or something that they were going to be dealing with. And so he told Giselle that she was going to be with a broke dude. And that was hilarious because she was like, no, Pepsi, I'm not going to be with nobody that's broke. I would never. And he was like, well, I'm just telling you what the paper said. I was like, what did that paper say? That was so funny. And then he told Porsha that she was going to be having some kind of run-in with a lesbian. And baby, I said, because then we had this problem on Real Housewives of Atlanta with her and Candy and in the basement shenanigans or something that happened like that. Girl, that's all I could think about. I was just laughing so hard because I was like, oh, Lord, that was too much. And then the rest of the ladies, they got positive readings from their paper. So I was just like, Pepsi, why you gonna single out the black girls? Don't do that. Don't do that. That's so good. Don't do that. But anywho, I digress. Moving on, Whitney, I love Whitney. I think she's super cute. Whitney tells the group that the things that she did on her show actually caused her husband to lose his job. And she was expressing how, she was ready to quit the show because he lost his job, but she's now making way more than he was. So he's able to retire and kind of do him. And she's happy with that. And I'm glad that he actually, not allowed her, but they came to a compromise of, okay, look, he's probably doing investing and stuff like that on his end. I don't know. But I'm just saying, like, he's letting her fulfill her destiny within the Real Housewives franchise, which I thought that was so awesome that they came to that compromise. But honey, when she got on that pole and got to twirling and was hanging upside down, I said, girl, you better be glad he ain't got no job, because honey, if he ain't had no job, he wasn't going to have one after this show aired. I tell you that. I mean, my God, I get it. Yes, you're free and you can express yourself, but good Jesus, girl, you could have just did one little twirl and would have been good. But honey, you letting it all hang out, baby. I ain't tripping. I thought it was great TV. I did. I laughed. And then Alexa was like, all I could think about was her kids. Like, girl, sit down somewhere. Like, that's the thing. Like, girl, stop taking life so seriously. Like, she just having fun. Like, yeah, her boobie kept coming out, but at the end of the day, relax. You just wish that you could do that. Like, when people be saying stuff like that, I be feeling like they wish they could be the one hanging upside down with their titty hanging out. Anyway, we get into Whitney and Candace having like a nightcap swimming pool blunt smoking party. It was very interesting. So her and Candace were in the testimonial booth smoking blunts, laughing, and then baby Whitney got that box of chicken. See, that's why I say I like her, because she just it's some black in her somewhere. Baby, she tore up that KFC. Now, is Porsha gonna get mad? Because you know she love her KFC. I don't know. We'll have to watch for next episode. But honey, she tore up that chicken like it was Rudy's. That was so funny. She was high and she was hungry. Then she fell in the pool. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. And y'all, this was like the wee hours of the night, right? So I cannot wait to see what next episode has to offer, because this one was spicy. But let's hear from my faves and see what they think. Who's next?
Okay. So let me say this. I have dibbled and dabbled on the Real Housewives. However, watching this episode, it tickled me. There were moments where I was like, okay, you know what? That's what's up. But then there were other moments where I was like, ooh, child. But it is so interesting. And I told y'all I be real deep on how I look at things. I liked Pepsi. Pepsi was like, listen, I don't understand how y'all around here being fake. He just told it like it was. Y'all doing all this fighting and stuff, and then, oh, hey girl. I mean, he not understanding. And he had to let them know, listen, the stuff I do for y'all, this is from my heart. This is real life feelings. And y'all playing with y'all. That's how he looked at it. And sometimes that's how we have to keep in mind too, is that we may say, oh, this is just how we are. But how do other people perceive, like, how you are with your friends or whatever? Some people can say, hey, that's toxic, and that could be, anyway, that's a whole nother topic. Anyway, so Pepsi just had to let them know, listen, y'all need to get it together. Y'all need to get it. Come on. We need to fix whatever this stuff is y'all got going on. So I liked Pepsi. Pepsi was real, but he had his emotional side, and I love that he shared it. Now I'm gonna tell you what I was tickled about is Porsha and old girl sitting there, and when Pepsi was saying, they was faking stuff, she was like, I am not apologizing for fighting. I'm not sorry for that stuff. Now it tickled me, because I was like, well, at least she owned it. Like, I ain't sorry that I came at these heifers the way I did. But I was happy that some of them were apologizing to him for how it made him feel. So even though they still was, sidebarring and laughing and stuff, they still made him or showed him that they acknowledged his feelings. So I really like that. Porsha and Leah, Baby, Leah felt entitled that she should have been tagged, and although she was talking about she wasn't in her feelings about it, ma'am, you pretty much were in your feelings about it. You thought Porsha was gonna tag you and include you, and Porsha was like, no, I don't care for you like that. I don't hate you, but I don't like you. You're not my cup of tea. You're not my vibe. So bye, Leah. And Leah, I felt like she was trying to hold her own, and I was praying for her, like, Lord, please don't let Porsha jump over this table while you trying to buy her back. Porsha was given, I don't care nothing about these cameras or this table in between us, ma'am, I'll snatch you. So I don't know, Leah, I'm gonna need you to have several seats. I'm gonna need you to get in the back seat and just be quiet, just turn it off. So I liked it. I liked it. Listen, I can say whatever I can say behind closed doors, I'm going to say to your face. I don't care for you. You're not my cup of tea. You're not my vibe. And I'm not going to sugarcoat or play the game with you to make you think anything. So, I mean, I appreciate it, boo. Be you. Be authentic. Be transparent. And it is what it is. Whoo, child. I'm going to tell you, I like Marisol. I liked her in this episode. I like that she did things to bring them together. I love the tribute to her mom. The food looked amazing, baby. Y'all know I'm a fat girl on the inside, baby. I was like, where do they have them shrimp at? Because I need three of those to fill me up, baby. Did you see how big? Okay, sorry, off topic. I liked what she did with the food, the setup, the ambiance. Baby, the cock drinks. Baby, listen, I need a list of the cock drinks, because when I tell you, it opened up them to have a good time. It opened up them to just kind of wind down and relax, because it had already been tension. So to come into that aspect, the all white is something about when you're in all white, baby. It carries a different ambiance, a different attitude, because white is pure. White is, hey, don't get nothing on this. Like, if I waste something on this, everybody see it. So you have to carry yourself a different way. And it showed somewhat of the maturity level, but I loved it. I love the setup of the food, them having to sit down and get down on the ground. And you know what? I looked at that as, y'all can't be so quick to jump up and do nothing to nobody when you are sitting low and you're in a relaxing state. When you at the table, your feet is on the ground, your feet are planted, and so if you want to jump and buck or whatever, you already planning how you gonna do that. It's hard to do those things when you in a was it Indian style? That's what we used to call it in school. And that she said we 40, we over 40, like, you want us to get down here, don't look at how we getting down, and somebody better help us when we get up. So I like the whole ambience, because it made them vulnerable. It made them relax. It made them chill out. So I loved that. I loved that Heather and Giselle. I liked how they had to just everybody open their feelings, and little Miss Candace, the loudest, as they voted her. I liked her. I liked how she said, look, she was all bark on that van. Heather was all bark on the van. I need her to be all bark at this table and really put her feelings out about how these situations made her feel. So I like when she was talking to Giselle, she put it out there. Listen, this is how you made me feel. This is what it was. And then for Giselle to be like, look, we still got time. Let's fix it. We can do this. Okay, listen, we got a couple more days. Let's be intentional. And I like Giselle for being transparent when Heather, what did she say? She said, she said something, and Giselle was like, why? Why do you feel like that? And she was like, hey, listen, I'm being vulnerable. And Giselle stopped. You know what? I apologize. And she had to tell her, I'm not used to people being vulnerable by me. Like, this is new for me. So I'm sorry. Let me take a step back and let me allow you to be vulnerable so I can see your point of view. Like, for me, that was a pivoting point. Like, okay, Giselle is like, look, let me get out of myself and let me stop being so tough and allow this lady to really open up and tell how she feels or how I made her feel. So I thought that was beautiful. Whitney, I like how she was very soft spoken, but she was just like, look, me and who was that? Was that Heather? She said her and Heather had been through some things, but the hug out, the crying, hey, listen, we need to get it together. I thought that was beautiful. It was so beautiful. The show itself was just amazing. Like, I'm glad they ended it on a good note. The Leah, I'm over her. I'm over her already. I don't care for her. I'm with you, brother. I think she just did a collect a check on some coins or whatever, but that's gonna run out. You can't keep inserting and then you gone, and then you need a therapy session to figure out what your problems are, because I'm not gonna be trying to figure it out. I'm not gonna be trying to guesstimate what is going on with you in this show, because you're a runner. That's what I got. Every time something happened or it's time to be in the midst, you running. And then I think that was Whitney that said that that Leah is giving you complaining all the time. Every time you turn around, ooh, child, when they played the scene, she talking about, ooh, my cooch is sweating. Like, why would you tell us? We don't want to know that. What is wrong? Like, everything is so. And then when they called you out, what you said? My mom's a therapist, so this is my only way. No. Let me tell you something. I know plenty of therapists, and they don't tell me to go around telling people that my cooch is sweating and all of that stuff, and just this is so boring. You think I'm gonna want to have a conversation with you? You telling me what I'm giving is boring? Ma'am, you can go sit over there by yourself. So I'm not caring for her. I think she's probably my least favorite right now. At the bottom on the last line of the list. And then to close it out, the reading. Honey poo poo, if somebody tell you that all you gonna get is broke, you really need to start reevaluating the type of men that you allow to come around you. And guess what? The energy you give off, I guess these broke men are sensing it, because it screams desperation. Listen, let me tell you something. I'm not a millionaire yet. It's on the way. And I'm not saying that my husband got to be a millionaire, but my husband can bring things to the table. And the way your reading went, ma'am, ain't nobody bringing nothing to the table. So, yes, I'm so excited. Like, I'm ready to see the next episode, because, ma'am, this is getting really, really good. Ma'am, sirs, everybody, this is getting really good. And if you have not tuned in this season yet, you still have time to jump in. You're not that far behind. You got this. I think you got it. Come on, keep following us. And then just wait till if we decide to go live with this and we really bring you the energy and the tea behind. Like, this is, yeah. Y'all just come on. Take the journey with us, baby. Because trust me, we gonna let you know the good, the bad, the ugly, and the whatever else that comes with it. Peace.
Okay, sis, let me just start by saying this. I love how the show started with Pepsi rallying the girls and basically sitting them down, talking to them. I will say that Pepsi is very, very sensitive. You see the soft side in Pepsi. He's very emotional, but at the same time, like, he is funny, and again, he gives you exactly what you're wanting to see for the show. But I love his passion within the ladies, and he just really, he really gives it to you. And I like Pepsi, I really do. But what I will say is I love how they got together, and I believe it was Marisol this time who was hosting the party. I love how they were dressed in all white. And basically, Marisol did a cocky theme party, because we know that she is well known for her cockies. But most importantly, I love the theme that she did it in honor of her mother, her late mother, Mama Elsa. And if you guys don't know, Mama Elsa pretty much was like the first mother of the Real Housewives franchise. So if you guys are, a Housewives fan from the very beginning, from day one, like I am, everyone, you will know exactly who Mama Elsa is. And yes, we will forever and always celebrate her spirit, because she really was a beautiful lady, and she really told it to you like it is and gave it to you with no chaser every single time. So yeah, I loved how they did that celebration for her. And I was proud of Marisol for doing that. But also too, while they were while afterwards, they got together again, and of course they sat down. Oh, I just do not get the back and forth between Porsha and Leah. Like, it is so, I understand Porsha when she is like, you know what, you just pretty much want a moment. And I understand why Leah wants a moment, because Leah is not giving any other moment on the show. So let me just attest to Porsha when she said, Leah, bye, because I don't even know why Leah is actually on the show. Clearly, she's there for a paycheck. She's there to get, some extra coins. But Leah, bye. And that's pretty much all I have to say about that. But I do like the fact that we finally got to see Heather and Whitney pretty much like have a moment of understanding between one another. And I think it was a long time coming. One thing I will say is that I felt that was going to happen between them on this trip, because they were not amongst the ladies. And one thing that you have to understand, when you are not amongst your regular castmates on the Housewives, you do have a different aura. There is just a different feeling that comes over you. And I think that's what allowed Whitney and Heather to have a kumbaya moment, because they were not amongst the regular castmates. So I just appreciate the fact that they came together. I appreciate the fact that they hugged it out. And, I hope the best for them on their upcoming season. But I will say that what I am trying to really, really understand is what is going on with poor Leah. Again, I didn't want to talk about it. I wanted to leave it at Leah bye. But this lady is having some internal issues. And again, my thing is, ma'am, if you knew something was going on with you prior to, why did you sign that contract to go on this trip? Because clearly you are tripping. And I don't mean tripping in a good way for the trip. You are tripping in a bad way that you need to leave the trip. So I just don't know what's going on with her. But whatever it is, again, it's something serious. I wish we were able to get to the root of things, but she can never stay in a scene long enough for us to understand what it is that she could be really and truly going through. So again, Leah, bye. So as we move forward, I just love, I really do. I will say that I like Ultimate Girls Trip, because I like the fact that they are always getting together. They're always able to kind of talk things out and, kind of rationalize things. And I saw that on this episode, how, certain issues they were actually going through, they were able to talk it out. They were able to, agree to disagree and move forward. And, to me, that's what it's all about. Like, not just, on the Housewives, just, in general. Like, it's okay to have a disagreement with someone. It's okay to give your stance on how you feel. Don't ever be afraid to, speak on how you feel, because that's the only way that you're going to be able to get it out. And that's the only way you're going to be able to have a resolve. And if it's not a resolve within the both of you guys, at least it can be a resolve within yourself. And so that says a lot. And that's one thing that I did see with Heather and Giselle, because one thing that I can say is that Heather is all bark and she is no bite. So not only, was she like that on her franchise, The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, you can just tell she's like that in general. So, when she actually pretty much opened up to Giselle and really stated how she felt, I want to give her kudos for that. So, but again, that's what it's all about in life. So, again, I give her kudos for that. Now, I will say that, they actually did go on another, I guess, escapade, where they went to this temple. And needless to say, the temple was hosted by an absent Leah. But of course, she couldn't stay in the scene long enough to be able to host this particular event. So again, Leah, bye. But of course, the show must go on. That's exactly what they did. They all went to the temple. And it was crazy too because, there were readings that were given to the ladies. And if the shade of it all, I felt like every housewife received a proper, reading. But when it came to the Giselle and Porsha of it all, what Pepsi told Giselle was that she was going to basically be with a broke man. I literally fell out of my chair. Like, what is it with her and these either non-existent men or having a man, but the man don't got it going on? So I don't know, but I'm hoping that's not the case because Giselle being with a broke dude, it's just never gonna work. And then the Porsha having a future issue with a lesbian, that took me out. I was like, what the? But look, it was just good shade by Pepsi. And it just had me laughing. But I digress. Now, I will say, things pretty much ended with the Tantric dinner that was hosted by Whitney. And one thing I do like about Whitney is that, despite how she is, one thing I will say, Whitney is fun, she's full of life, and she does have a lot of character. And that's what she pretty much exemplifies every time when she does something, that is of fun natured. So I really did appreciate them with the Tantric dinner, and how she was with Chef Jamie. It was almost like every single presentation he was giving when he was discussing the food, it was just on a sexual level, and I was loving it. I really was. I'm not gonna lie. But of course it had to end just right. And of course, they did the pole dancing, and Whitney had to show up and show out because we know that's what she's all known for. She actually does have a stripper pole that's inside of her house. And I know not a lot of people can say that, but again, you go, Whitney. If your husband likes it, then of course we are definitely going to love it. But I will say that, the episode did end on a good note, and I was happy to see that, for the most part, with especially with Leah being absent per usual, that the ladies were able to get together, get along, and it was a huge success. So, I see that, it is drawing to an end, and I just can't wait to see how their journey on this vacation ends. So I love it.
What up, you guys? Whitney D here. All right. So, you know what? I'm not going to hold you, okay? This episode was very, very interesting from Pepsi, being emotional and just saying, stop all the bickering and the fighting. And, they don't condone all of that down there. It's very zen, okay? All right. And I can appreciate that. We see Leah confronting Porsha in regards to not being tagged. Child, they wouldn't like me because I'm Petty LaBelle. All right, I'm Petty LaBelle, okay? I'm the one that is posting about you, and then when you ask, I'll be like, who said that? Yeah. But no, not really. I'm gonna be the one that's gonna tell you, yep, I was in my feelings. I was talking about you. But that's neither here nor there. They go off into the temple. and get some unsolicited fortune. Okay. All right. From Porsha and her battle with lesbianism to Giselle and her broke ninja energy. It's I have my thoughts about that religion, and but that's neither here nor there. But it was very unsolicited fortune for them, and it was very comical to say the least. Leah gets sick before this and hospitalized to where she doesn't attend, and that is very interesting. I'm not trying to put nothing out there, but Leah is very skinny. Okay, she is very, very skinny. Like, I'm slim, but she's skinny. Read between the bones. Okay, now they have this tantric dinner, and it's supposed to be pleasures in your mouth, right? Now, if you know tantric, it can be a lot of sexual positions that they go through, and it's like Kama Sutra, if you will. But they experienced a tantric dinner where they were having this kind of intimacy with the food in their mouth and different kind of aphrodisiacs and all sorts, which I found to be very interesting when ain't no men there. But I decline. That's just my perspective. You know what I'm saying? They went about to have penis talk, okay? And, motion in the ocean or the boat. And if you ask me, I would have to say I would like a healthy balance of both. But I've had my share of, guys not having, a pleasurable amount. But, when you're in love, you just... Yeah, well, they're not here now, okay? But that's neither here nor there. Leah talks about being too open. Well, not Leah, Whitney talks about being too open about her sexuality on her show, costing her husband to lose his job. And I would have to say, yeah. See, I'm big on allowing what I want the world to see and know. Not too often do I go off into my marriage. You know what I'm saying? Now, if I'm being transparent and I want to share some experiences, some life experiences, I will do that. But know that I am consulting my husband before doing so. I will never embarrass him or do anything that is going to subject him to embarrassment. That goes for my children too. Oftentimes we just put stuff out there and be like, if them kids, or be like, I'm grown and all this stuff like that. My thing is that I have the future in mind about anything that I do. I don't want my children's to look back and be embarrassed about their great-great-grandmother. Like, what I'm saying? Like, It's just a level of respect that you give yourself once you get mature enough to where, you just kind of grow out of just that thought experience, if you will. And I jokingly said this on the show the other day, that one of the characters from Married at First Sight was not or Ready to Love was not a thought-niche. She was thought-niche because she thought, right? Many times we think we doing something, child. And I just feel as though it's just a level of quorum that you have for yourself, your body, especially when you are a married woman. It's just some stuff you just kind of just discreetly, keep, but that's neither here nor there. They get into pole dancing, and there we go again. There goes Whitney, my namesake. Good God. On the pole, twisting and bending and, sliding on down and pow, vagina. Okay, so it's just kind of like, certain stuff you just, because Porsha kept it real cute. You know what I'm saying? She's a married woman now, and, she kept it real cute or whatever the case may be. And I can appreciate that because it is a level of respect that one should have for themselves, especially when you're on camera as often as these ladies do. Last but certainly not least, Candace and Whitney smoke pot. All right, it's legalized over there, and so they get so high that they don't even know what day it is. Okay, so you guys stay tuned for more of Ultimate Girls Trip. This is very interesting. I never knew this existed, but I'm happy that I am. Thanks, Tim Bam. See you guys on the next Reality Rewind.